Before we jump into this piece of brainwashing PR, let me tell you, I think the British non-working taxpayer-funded royal family know there's some bad news coming up between now, end of May, and the end of this year, because they are all radically changing their behaviour for no apparent reason. And this means they know something that we don't, which probably points to the end of them being around in the current state they are as a fully funded business. I think it's about Andrew. I think they already know he's going to be charged with a lot more than corruption, and I think it relates to photographs that he's got held on his various devices. Just my opinion. Prince William's Duchy of Cornwall estate invests $11 million to build 30 affordable eco-homes on the Isles of Scilly. So let's get this straight, because the headline says it. This is a substantial amount of money, which equates to £336,000 per property as an investment, which means that the houses are going to cost a lot more than £336,000 if the investment is to make any money. So how are they affordable homes? How are they starter homes? This article here, he's selling off huge chunks of property that he's been gifted from the UK as a result of the position he's in. So as a fortune of birth, he has acquired the rights to sell this as an investment and get a substantial amount of money back for him and his family. Investment, selling for investment. They know it's over. How we allow this to happen in the UK with our astronomical welfare, fuel, mortgage, education, bills is absolutely beyond me. Why the British public are sitting back and letting this happen is literally lost on me. But
listen, at this point, the timing is starting to look real suspicious. Because why is it that every single time Harry and Meghan are enjoying life, smiling, celebrating something, suddenly Prince William pops out of nowhere with an announcement, like a man desperately trying to grab the aux cord at a party nobody invited him to? It never fails. Harry and Meghan breathe. Boom, royal briefing. Harry and Meghan post a cute anniversary moment. Suddenly, William is on radio talking about Sicily like he's Indiana Jones heading into battle. Sir, relax. And that's what regular people see immediately. Not royal strategy, not palace politics, just plain old sibling jealousy energy. The same energy you see at family gatherings. You know, that relative who physically cannot let somebody else shine for one day. Your birthday comes. Here they come talking about their big opportunity. You announce your pregnancy, suddenly they bought a treadmill and want applause. That's the vibe people are getting here, and social media picked up on it fast. Because let's be honest, that Sicily announcement landed with the emotional impact of expired coupons. Nobody was sitting there like, OMG, William is looking at projects in Sicily. Meanwhile, the internet was flooded with Harry and Meghan anniversary posts, old wedding clips, people talking about their chemistry, their kids, their journey, the whole thing. That's the difference. One side feels natural, the other feels like somebody in an office said, quick, distract the public. And the funniest part, it keeps blowing up in their faces, because every time they try to compete with Harry and Meghan's happiness, people notice it more. It's like trying to outshine a wedding by bringing spreadsheets. Nobody cares, brother. People like joy, people like romance, people like seeing two people actually happy together, especially now. The world is stressful enough already. Bills are cooking people alive, groceries are acting like luxury items, everybody is tired. So when folks see Harry and Meghan laughing, hugging, feeding penguins, eating cake, being goofy together, that cuts through all the noise. Meanwhile, William's announcement felt like a LinkedIn notification. And can we talk about the media for a second? Because they tried so hard to sell this, like, look how hardworking William is. Man, please, if that trip was so urgent, why announce it on that day out of all days? That's like your ex posting living my best life exactly 6 seconds after seeing your engagement photos. Nobody's fooled. And honestly, I think that's what irritates some people the most. No matter how much effort goes into trying to control the headlines, Harry and Meghan still naturally pull attention
attention without looking like they're begging for it. That kind of thing can't be manufactured. You either have that connection with people or you don't. And whether critics like it or not, Harry and Meghan have built something a lot of folks relate to. A couple choosing each other, protecting their peace, raising their kids, and looking happier away from all the noise. Listen, people are not stupid. That's the part these royal PR games never seem to understand. Folks can see when the media's suddenly moving funny, because this William story was already sitting there collecting dust for days. Days. Nobody was checking for it like that. The internet was calm. Cricket. Silence. Not even the royal reporters looked excited. Then boom, Harry and Meghan's anniversary starts trending. People are posting wedding clips. Folks are talking about their relationship. Everybody's in a good mood. And suddenly the headlines magically switch to William this, William that, William visits somewhere, William breathes near Cornwall. Oh brother, it's giving panic. It's giving quick redirect the algorithm. It's giving little brother trying to unplug the PlayStation because nobody picked him first. And regular people recognize this energy immediately because we've all seen it before. This is family group chat behavior. You post your graduation pictures, suddenly your cousin uploads gym selfies with the caption, "Big things coming." Nobody asked, Tyrone. That's exactly how this feels now. And the funniest part, the harder they push these headlines, the more obvious it becomes. Because if the story was really that important, why wait until Harry and Meghan are trending to suddenly blast it everywhere? That's what makes people side-eye the whole thing. It starts looking less like journalism and more like a jealous ex refreshing Instagram at 2 a.m. And honestly, social media changed the game completely. Back in the day, newspapers controlled the narrative easier because people only saw whatever landed on the front page. Now, people compare timestamps, people notice patterns, people screenshot everything. The internet has turned ordinary people into detectives. Everybody's sitting there like, hold on, wasn't this story already announced 3 days ago? Yes, exactly. That's why the desperation feels so loud now, because instead of naturally getting attention, these stories suddenly get attached to Harry and Meghan moments like somebody trying to hitchhike on another couple's wedding limo. And the irony is hilarious. The more they try to pull focus from Harry and Meghan, the more attention Harry and Meghan get. It backfires every single time because people don't like forced energy. They like authenticity. And what anybody thinks about Harry and Meghan, one thing is obvious. People connect with them emotionally. That's why anniversary stories travel so fast online. Love sells, family sells, cute moments sell. Meanwhile, Prince visits project and observes work has all the excitement of a tax seminar. I'm sorry, it does. And regular people are exhausted by media games in general now. People already feel manipulated enough by headlines, politics, celebrity drama, all of it. So when they notice obvious timing tricks, they react hard. And can we be honest about something else? If William's team truly didn't care about competing with Harry and Meghan, they would stop attaching these stories to their biggest personal moments. It's that simple. Nobody forced those headlines to suddenly pivot during the anniversary buzz. That's a choice. And people noticed. Again. The funniest thing about this whole situation is that the media keep pretending they're tired of Harry and Meghan while using Harry and Meghan for rent money every single day. That's the scam. Because if Harry and Meghan were truly irrelevant like certain tabloids keep screaming every Tuesday morning, then why are their names attached to everything? Why does every royal headline somehow boomerang back to them? Prince William could open a parking lot and somehow the article turns into, meanwhile, Harry and Meghan, like leave them alone then. But they can't, because deep down the media knows something that drives them absolutely crazy. Harry and Meghan still move the internet without palace approval. No royal balcony, no stiff press conference, no ancient gold carriage, no 20-page palace statement written like a hostage note, and they still trend. That's what burns them up, because the old royal system depended on control. The palace gives access, the media behaves. Everybody scratches each other's backs, easy. But Harry and Meghan stepped outside that machine and said, nah, we'll do our own thing. And suddenly the whole setup started glitching like bad Wi-Fi, because now the press can't fully control the narrative anymore. Harry and Meghan post one casual picture and boom, millions of views, viral clips, people reposting everywhere, comment sections exploding. Meanwhile, some royal events get pushed with the energy of a Marvel movie trailer and still land like cold mashed potatoes. I'm sorry, it does. And regular people notice this immediately because it happens in everyday life. People hate when somebody leaves the toxic group and starts thriving. Oh, that makes folks mad. You leave the messy job, suddenly your old manager is gossiping about you non-stop. You leave the toxic relationship, now your ex is posting gym selfies and moving in silence quotes every 12 minutes. That's the vibe people are picking up here. The media thought Harry and Meghan would disappear after leaving the palace. Instead, they became even bigger globally. That has to sting, because now newspapers and royal commentators are trapped in this hilarious cycle where they complain about Harry and Meghan while desperately needing them for clicks. It's basically, we are outraged. Anyway, click this article about them immediately. The obsession is unbelievable. And let's be honest, a lot of these outlets know William's stories don't always pull the same energy online unless Harry and Meghan are somehow attached to them. That's why the headlines keep doing gymnastics. William launches project after Harry and Meghan anniversary buzz. William responds as Sussex trend. Royal contrast. Brother, we see the game. It's giving, please don't leave the article after the first paragraph. And the wildest part, Harry and Meghan barely even respond anymore. That's the real power shift. No constant palace briefings, no endless explaining, no begging newspapers to like them. They're just living life while the media chases them around like paparazzi chasing the last Uber at 2 a.m. And people connect with that freedom because regular folks understand what it feels like to leave an environment that constantly drains you. That's why so many people root for them now. Alright y'all, that's the tea for today. If the Palace PR team survived this video without throwing a laptop out the window, I salute you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so YouTube stops acting mysterious and actually tells you when I upload. And remember, if Harry and Meghan post one anniversary picture and the entire royal media machine suddenly starts doing backflips, emergency interviews, and urgent community visits, then maybe, just maybe, somebody's panicking a little bit. I'm just saying. Thank you for watching. I've been your host Miles, and until next time, stay messy, stay laughing, and please do not announce a housing project during your brother's anniversary dinner. Goodbye.